become the first rider to win titles in 2 different categories, adding the 125 crown to his 3-year-old 110 title. He comes to defend his title against pretty much the same riders he raced last season. And in the smaller class, Suhathai Chamsub's absence leaves the door open to any number of challengers, starting with the pole man, who should be form book favourite, with the championship runner-up well off the qualifying pace over the first 2 days. But it's situation normal out on the grid as the defending champion grabs pole position. Not quite half a second ahead of Suhathai, but half a second is not quite a country mile in underbone racing, so he must be feeling reasonably happy with life right now. The others have got everything to do, and his fear was at the end of the season, and for the underbone riders there were championships hanging in the balance. After a good race at Central, Ekaraj Punbupper arrived here top of the 125 points with Faisal Yahya second, and Mifanid third, and Ahmad Jayadi fourth, and any one of those 4 could have taken the crown. But Ahmad Jayadi retired, making it a 3-way fight. The 110 battle was even more intense, with Suhathai Chamsub top of the table after winning the previous race, but it was very close, and Suhathai got it wrong. And when he got it wrong, he almost took out 2 of his championship rivals as he went down, or should that be up? He was unhurt, but he was out of the battle. At the head of the field, Punbupper was looking for his 3rd successive race victory and his 2nd title in 3 years, but the others weren't making it easy for him as they ran to the line. But true to form, he did it anyway. Finishing just 0.2 of a second in front of Shuran Nizam after a race-long battle, Punbupper got his hat-trick of wins and his title. Not even 2nd place would have got any of the others onto what was left of his Honda after that massive crash, and incredibly made it home. Last rider to finish in 10th place, the 6 points he scored, faces including Meganathan. 10 laps to go though, and this is the start. Frantic pedalling off the line as always with the underbones, and the rules as always stay the same. Do not lose touch with the man in front of you. Do not, whatever you do, slacken your grip on the throttle, keep the wheel tight, and who backs off the least will be the winner at the end of the day. That's the theory. But already this field widely spread out. Partly that's the effect of having 2 different classes. The 125s will gallop away up front, and the 110s will drop back a bit. You should see 2 distinct packs forming, but already a little bit of jostling in the crowd there, a little bit of shoulder charging. That's 110 territory as well. And this group now fairly well together after spreading out quite a lot at the start. They're all staying together. Punbupper, as you would expect, is right in there. Abdul Halim is 18. Suhathai Chamsub, number 25. Remember, he was 2nd fastest in qualifying. And 23 up there with the leaders as well. The blue flag hanging out there. And already we have lost one of the riders. Could that be Shuran Nizam, number 33? Look at the race lead from Punbupper in front of 18. That's Abdul Halim in 2nd place. He was there in qualifying. He's right there in the race. But Punbupper is clear. This is what he needed to do, remember. All he's got to do is sit there and pop off that half-second a lap advantage, and he should pull away. That's the theory. Nobody's told Abdul Halim about that, though, and he's now in the lead. Punbupper's got to pass him again. This is that long, sweeping left-hand corner. And there's no real line for the underbones. They take it into the pits, and retiring, number 2. Well, that's the 2nd time in 2 races that's happened to him here at Johor. He retired last time, he retires again this time. Last race of last season, 1st race of this year, and disappointment, but there's still a battle going on at the front. It is spreading out though, and you can see now that this little group of 4 has broken the toe with everybody else. And number 1, Ekaraj Punbupper, with 25 behind him. Suhathai Chamsub, 2nd place, just losing touch. Punbupper trying to break that toe. Here's the 110 battle coming towards us. 19, Surapong Bonla, he was pole position. Behind him, Meganathan on that number 5 Suzuki, trying to stay with him. Said it before about these, there's a difference of opinion about whether it is better to strip off the leg guards or not on these things. Taking them off saves you a bit of weight, leaving them on, so they say, gives you a bit of aerodynamic efficiency. Meganathan says he prefers to ride with them on because when you take them off, you can see more of the ground and he gets more scared more easily. Just beginning to lose touch with Surapong Bonloet, and that looks like number 4. That looks like Thamanoon Silapakul, one of last year's championship contenders, pushing it away. Here's the battle up front. And you can see that Pumbupa has galloped away from these three. Just a glimpse of his back wheel disappearing up the road is all they can see. Abdul Halim, 18, 25 is Suathai. Still changing places in the draft. Classic underbone racing here. Absolute classic for these three, and what a classic afternoon the defending champion is having up front, zipping off up the road while they're battling each other, and that is another advantage for him. These three will be losing time, they'll be losing speed and they'll be losing time, dodging about like that, trying to break the toe, and that will cost them, and that will give Pumbupa more lead. Look at these boys on the 110s, crouching down, urging them on. Meganathan in the front there, 21 is Wazzy. 19 was the pole man, and that was Thamanoon Silapakul walking back. Number 4, he's unhurt, but the bike is out of it. Pumbupa is on his way, though. Akaraj Pumbupa has made the break, and he is now picking his marks. Turn-in, braking points, using all the road, riding a steady race to the checkered flag. No mistake for him. Absolutely no mistake at all. Over the line he goes to win it, and he made that look relatively easy once he'd broken the toe. There's nothing easy about this. What is going on here? Number 3, Amporn Sirifat defending his title. He's defending it with his elbows now. They're on the final lap. They are touching. This is serious stuff. Another shoulder charge from the 110th. This is what we've come to expect from the checkered flag is raised. There are 4 of them coming to the line. And who's going to get that decision? Amporn Sirifat says it was me. Wazzy isn't quite sure. Sirifat says, I did, oh dear. And Wazzy was so busy wringing his hands in distress at coming second that he collided with the race winner. I'm sure that wasn't deliberate. No, it wasn't. Look, an embrace for the two.